Hello, Odd Job Doer here, and I have a question for you. Do you have, say, mini blinds, like this here? And when you pull the cord on your mini blinds, does it do something like that? See that? Only one side goes up, the other side's pretty much staying down. Why is it that, you might ask? Well, because over here, where the pull cord is at, there's only one. And most of them take at least 1, 2, 3, or even 4 sometimes, depending on, I think, the width of your mini blind. Right? Wider ones probably have, 2, well, all of them should have at least 2. Some will have, 4, I doubt 6, that'd be a lot of them. But in this case here, I think this used to have 2 of them, and one of the strings came off and came undone. So, today's video, I'm going to show you how to salvage this kind of a dead mini blind and save you some money, right? And it's going to take just a few things. Basically, on the bottom here is where the mini blinds come through. You have like a string that goes across here, and this one here, there's a hole. See, there should be a cork there too, or a plug, like that one there has. No plug there. But since this one here has no plug, just a hole, what it needs is to have a string ran back through it. So, let me get on that and set things up. I'll be right back. Lay this here out on a flat surface, nice table, well, ish. And so, even though I highlighted this one here, missing the plug, this still has its string. It's going right up through the middle here, and it's goes through here, and it has a knot, so it don't pull out from this side. So the side that we work on is over here. This one here has a plug, but no string. So step 1, get the plug out. To do that, just use a screw or something like that, the slotted thing. Just kind of pry around underneath it, and it should just kind of pop right out, like so. Okay, then you got some strings here that come out usually. This here is just for the bottom rung. See, the bottom rung sits on this threaded part here, and so as long as that's up against there and these other ends are tucked up in there, you're fine. Now, there's none other string coming out of there, and that's where we come in with parts. So, from the hardware store, hobby store, wherever strings or threads are sold, you got this right here, see? This here is some nylon twine, it's calling itself. And this one here should be the right size. Some kind of thin. This is strong. This is, I think it's about 170 pounds. And basically what we're going to do, the hardest part here is probably feeding it up through the hole or feeding it down through the hole here. So I'm going to defer doing that right now. Instead, making sure all of my slats here are kind of turned up on in the right way. And we know by looking at this end down here that we want them to be like that. Okay, so back at the business end here, we'll take our new twine and feed it up through each one. If you have a taller window, yeah, this might take a while. Right? And make sure you don't flip-flop them, get them go in the wrong directions, don't get a knot tied in your window here. And also, you might want to keep on the same side of, like, these cross threads here. Cross threads? That's something else. But I'm going to push this off to the side and just make sure I'm to the right of all those. And, try to skip. And basically we're going to do this till we get up to the top. Okay, we're at the top end of this, and if we zoom in a little bit here, a little bit more, you can see right down there at the top of these string parts here, each segment has it, or should, got my string coming through on top of that. And what we're going to do is there's a little hole right in the middle of this support beam. You can see it right down here. So I'm just going to turn it like that. You can see the hole better now. And this goes right into it. Might be a little tricky here. And this is where the needle nose pliers come in handy. So I'm going to put it through this hole here in the middle, just like that. Just can't want to do it again totally this time. And from the other side, I'm going to try to grab something and pull it out, because as you'll see, it's kind of hard to film. But yeah, see a little silver thing down there? That silver thing might actually be something to come out. Let's just see here. Nope. Okay, we got this part, that string there. And so yeah, somewhere down there should be this string coming through. Maybe just pop that out and reach down in here, and here it is. That middle thing you don't want to pull out. That middle thing's a roller. So I'm going to go see if we can get this on film at all. You got that middle roller down there, right down in here. You got the string that came up with that hole. So that's going to go up over the roller, and then there's a little side path here. A little side path right there, you see. And up over the roller, and it's going to come through this side path here. You don't need something as beefy as little pliers. You can use tweezers or something like that to just find stuff. But see, it goes through there, and then it goes down through this wheel deal here. This wheel deal here, right? And so, if you look at this side here, there's there's a couple bars, right? And there's a string here. I'm not going to use this one here. I'm going to try to go shoot for the middle string bar. Or maybe, yeah, the middle one there. So this string here comes down, has a little bob on it. A little bob string. And so this one here, I'm going to put between the wheels, hope make it go right through there and through the middle, and it's going to be great. Abracadabra. Okay, feed it through there. Probably a tool or something makes this easier. I don't have that. Or maybe take it like this and give it a little twist together. I'm going to make a loop and kind of twist it together here and make it some rigidity. Maybe you can shove it through there. So I can get in there and then get it started. Flip it over. Okay, now I can see it at least. Some needle noses. Alright, now I got the same hole, but now at least it's out. Where am I at? Off camera? Okay. Now it's got through this hole here. Now it's easier to fish through to the other middle one. I said easier. There. Nothing almost to it. So, go ahead and feed some of this thread through. Okay, that's enough there. I did about 3 feet-ish or so. No, I didn't do 3 feet, I did a couple feet. So we have this one here, the original. This other one here. You can kind of compare a little bit different sizes, you know, different manufacturers, different strengths. And then I can pull the slack back through, keeping track of not pulling out your thread you did do. I'll pull back all this extra slack string that I got, making sure nothing's getting tangled up. And at the other end of this venture, down here, let's see, get my slack string all back out of there. And you know, it's hard, it's really easy to get it twisted up into other things into the slack, so be careful of that. Okay, we have the slack out now, fairly good. Now what I'm going to do here is, as long as you have, you know, a good amount of this string, it's hard to see there, but it's coming down. In fact, I got so much of this string here, I'm going to go ahead and chalk up. So we don't want this much string, because we'll have to do some, you know, some more final adjustments later. So I'm just going to go ahead and feed it back through here. Give everything a copacetic. And there, that's good there. Feed this slack down like so. Don't get into a knot, that's no fun at this point. Knots are for later. And here. There. We got that all slacked out. Now then, once again, business end. Here what we're going to do here is we're going to just do maybe just a couple inches off from that hole. Cut it. Nice and clean. Keep the rest of the string somewhere handy in case you ever need to do this again with other ones. You know, you could reuse this twine for many things. You know, tie up your hand with it, make a mummy hand. And yes, back to this. Now then, this is the top part, we know because it's a small hole. Bottom part, we know because it's big and has a tag on it. So, I'm going to feed just through, have with a nice clean cut through this top hole. And it's going to go through any minute now. Maybe got to give a little twist or a lick or something, I don't know. But we'll get through there, and then on the bottom side, hopefully if it came out right, it'll go straight through like so. There, on the bottom side. Now, here what we'll do is a double knotty knot. You know, kind of at the end, once again, you don't need any extra slack. So just do a, you know, knot like this. I mean, if, I don't know if you saw that washer thing you could use. If you need something, you basically want to go through this hole and then knot through the other hole. So one knot, and then two knot. The fatter your fingers, I think the harder it is to tie knots. Just saying. Yeah, and also if you start to fray, you don't want to fray yet. Just trying to get this other knot in. Great. So, double knotty. You can even do triple knot if you want to. Maybe I'll do another knot. Chalk up on it here, abracadabras, and make a nice big knot mess over there. Because what you want to do now is go ahead and feed it through this hole here, pull from the other side, and boom, that's disappeared. Now then, you have this string mess here. So, once again, I'll flip around this way here. You have your bottom bar. Bottom bar's bottom. and you have this the bottom threaded part here, the thread that goes between two strings. That's going to be supporting. So if you put that across it, these other strings that come out, they can just get tucked right in through here into this hole. You don't necessarily want the other ones to be tucked in too much, just these here. Once you fed them in through, you know, got space right, so you have the string here and the string here between these two thicker strings. You go ahead and put your plug back in, if you have a plug. Plug it. There. So there's that. Now, we done? No. Back at the top part here, usually there's a little thing that comes with these, like a washer. And you can see them in other ones. This one actually has none of them. But there's a little washer that comes, and it just, you know, ties off in here somewhere, just to keep this from feeding back in there too much. We don't have that. We do have a longer string here that we shouldn't have to worry about that. But yet, I think I will do something. What will I do? Like, I will do nothing. I do nothing on that instead. All I will do is make sure that when I'm moving this around, before I get one of these to put on it, I'm going to make sure this here stays out of going back in here. Now, the only thing this here is, maybe you can buy at the hardware store. This, you know, this particular one is wood, and if you have a lathe, which I do, you can make one of some sort. Because all it is basically is your string goes through a hole. See if I can feed it back through. You know, and it comes out the other side, and there's just a place for a knot. You basically tie your string in a knot here, sink it in this bigger hole, and it doesn't go through this hole. Then you got to pull. This one here, we need to pull, but that might be another video. Maybe not, who knows. But I'll make a pull or go buy one or something like that for this here. So in other words now, so much like in the beginning here, I'm holding this thing, and now I'll try pulling it up. And as you can see now, both sides pull up. Maybe a little bit of adjustment, but that will happen after it's hung. And yeah, so that right there just saved 50, 60 bucks on having to buy new mini blinds. Cheap twine to buy, and it should last a very long time, I'd say. Any questions or comments, leave them at the bottom of the curtain. And once again, thanks for watching. If you have any ideas of odd jobs you'd like to see me try to do, also put them in the comments. And subscribe. You know, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, or if you're learning things from it, maybe. Yeah. You all have a good day. Odd Job Viewer, behind the curtain.